Hi, this is not a game dev vlog, and this is me in the weekly pack only buying turtle pack pets. This is a challenge I did some time ago, and yeah, I just recently remembered it. I tried it previous weekly, but either it was not a good weekly for it, or I didn't grind for long enough. But then this weekly, I tried it again, and I got this run. So let me quickly show the pack. So this is the weekly pack. So the rules is I can buy, sell non-turtle pack stuff, but I need to end with only turtle pack pets, and all foods are allowed. So, of course, the first thing you have to look at is the higher tiers, and there's only boar and a whale, basically, 0 turtle pack tier 5. So there's a clear plan, but the fun thing about this challenge in my head is also just telling that turtle pack is the strongest, but there have been a whole new lot of pets added to the game, so it's also just a way thinner pool each weekly. So I also tried it with random packs, but I think there are around 500 pets and there's only 60 turtle pack pets. So that means that on average 1 in 8 or 9 pets is a turtle pack pet, so this is not even guaranteed to have one on each tier as we see here. But one thing that is fun about it, it also kind of gives this old school feel, right? Just because you have so little pets to choose from, you are gonna end up keeping the tier 1s for way too long. I'm now setting up my cricket. Of course, this is, I don't know, maybe my 10th try, so I know that at least one of these pets I will just have to buff up. Luckily, there's a scaler, a giraffe, and maybe also luckily there's not really insane scaling in this weekly. Of course, we had a lot of weeklies which were frankly not a lot of fun because there was just 1 or 2 very overpowered lines, and I think that would also make this challenge impossible. But now this weekly and the one before, I think as far as I can tell, have been received a lot better just for the fact there's multiple lines, which also allows for more creativity like here. Of course, an early giraffe is needed, and then, yeah, basically our win condition is boar. Yeah, garlic, big pet, 1 big pet with garlic, so that's what I mean with the classic 2021 gameplay experience. Which I think is now, well, 2021 is of course 4 years ago, but the game becoming big and getting launched is almost 4 years ago. So that's also crazy to think about, right? And we start winning now. We also have this big otter. Of course, it's not the classic otter that gave a lot more stats, but still, it is something. And also, when you challenge yourself to buying so little pets, yeah, you basically have to fill up the squad. So in this case, I choose to play a 4 squad, so I have 1 place for buy selling. And this little pink guy here, that was the hardest challenge. It's such a strong pet. It's so early available, and then if you do not 1 or 2 hit it, you're basically doomed to lose. So if people stat it up early, which is very easy again with the same, so I'm statting my cricket, so they can stat their fairy armadillo, and there's even dromedary. So yeah, that was the hard part. And this also looks kind of tough, right? But yeah, we're just a big cricket for the win, basically. So it is kind of funny. Maybe the gameplay is not the most interesting, but the concept and the nostalgia is interesting. And here, maybe this is the only reason. Oh well, there will be later 1 more reason that this win had a chance at all. But the turn 9 boar helps a lot, and we immediately start scaling it a whopping 1/1 per turn. And we have the fairy armadillo toy. Here the boar still is not needed, so we are quite ahead of the curve. By the way, this is played on a Tuesday, so one strategy of course would be to do this very early in the weekly pack when the meta isn't figured out and the pool isn't really stabilized on the strength. But this, I think after 24 hours, that's not really the case anymore. So that also gives it some context. So now we face this big ball of stats. We aren't big enough to get through. What are... Oh no, I thought my Salmon of Wisdom was my savior, but it didn't matter. Level 2 boar. So it gains 8 attack. So we have a 24 attack pet basically, and we keep statting it. I think we need to sell these fairies whenever we find them, because it can be a real big difference maker. PDF was scary with other teams, but I think in this case it doesn't really matter, because it will never hit the boar, right? So here the Osprey is feeding our boar basically, and this is very nice, very satisfying to see against Nick Fridge. So we buy, sell, I assume. Salary always, I think, a good take. Well, this is going to be the squad, because Will is not going to add anything. So the only thing we can do is buy foods and try to keep this toy alive. But I think we are quite strong here, because there's not many stats and not many big attack pets. And then once this boar is popping, it's just a 50 attack pet that kind of repairs a bit of health every turn. Orange, very good. Cricket level, no use. And here I think the Starfruit is our last savior, I think, for this run. Well, in this case we get pancakes, which helps a little bit. But of course, a good health food can really be the difference maker. A Wasp Gaming. Tarantula Hawk Gaming. I think it is a kind of a wasp in real life, right? And this boar, well, it would be fun to feed my... Oh, we win by virtue of the Nutcracker. It would be fun if the piggies fed the boar. So another Starfruit, and what a good hit. We hit Melon, so that's gonna go on our boar, and I don't think there's really anything in this pack to disrupt it. I don't think there's a lot of... or any... start of battle snipes, so we're guaranteed to get the double hit. 1, 2, and then we stat up even more, so this is also an easy win. Fairy would still help, I think, because we aren't that strong. There's this Lamprey Trike teams that you probably have seen other YouTubers play already. Don't think we faced one, so maybe that's also necessary. And I just top off the Otter. It's not the best buy, but it's fair, right? To get our little friend to level 3. He's been there from the beginning. So that's a small thing to do. And I think this will be the last fight. A 2150 Armadillo. And a Cockatrice. So bye-bye Otter. We 2-hit the Fairy Armadillo, and then it's just an easy cleanup. Yeah, nothing crazy from the popcorn. And there it is, the ultimate proof that Turtle Pack is still the strongest pet. So if you enjoyed this and you haven't already, consider subscribing, leave a like, leave a comment. And in any case, thanks for watching.